one of the finest and also the keynote speaker of this event. So this particular personality is an entrepreneur and also one of India's top digital marketing and social marketing expertise. He's also a skill consultant, trainer, author, and a fabulous speaker. He has a qualification and he has qualified the Masters in International Marketing Management from Leeds University Business School and is a proud alumnus of Loyola College in Chennai. But please put your hands together. He has started his career at the age of 17 as an SEO executive and carries about 10 years of industrial experience. But please put your hands together and make some noise for Mr. Sorab Jain, please. Once again, we would like to welcome all the influencers across India to this International Influence Fair 2023, brought to you by Shivam Creation and also sponsored by one of the most iconic club of Goa, Tito's, baby. So it's a happening things every night, and me myself are very excited to be here tonight. And also we've got Mr. Sorav Jain who's going to be stepping on this platform. It's an honor to have you. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I see some less energy in the background there. Hello everyone. Oh, thank you. So my name is Sorab Jain and today I'm going to share with you some growth and monetization tips on Instagram. It's going to be 12 to 15 Tito's tips. Avoid using the word best and I'll just say 12 to 15 Tito's tips here. So how many of you are ready for the session? I think I need some more energy. How many of you are ready for the session? Fantastic. Let's get started. Thank you. That was good. How many of you want to grow followers willing to invest in you? Raise your hand nice and high.
Yes.
Fantastic. How many of you here would like to make multiple revenue streams on Instagram? Raise your hand nice and high.
Everybody.
Make some noise. Fantastic. Thank you. So, I'm a strong believer when people chase fame, they don't look forward to see how they can actually focus on bank balance. Instead of chasing the number of followers, number of views, majority of us are stuck there. How many of you here always keep looking for, you post a content, you keep checking how many views, how many engagement, and you get stuck there. Raise your hand nice and high. Fantastic. So I'm a strong believer of this fact that fame without money is like a powerful engine without fuel. So even if you have a few hundred followers, you can learn how to monetize. And here's, today in this session, I'm going to share some insights with all of you. Are you guys ready for that? Yes? Just say, I am ready. I think we are at level 1 out of level 10. Just say, I am ready. At level 5, one more time. I am ready. Thank you. Let's get it going. So first of all, thank you for being here. Since I'm going to spend the rest of 60 to 65 minutes with all of you, I'm just going to quickly introduce myself. But first of all, I would like to also thank Tito's, because I think from partying to learning in this particular hall, now that is some evolution, right? So let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Now let's understand this. Quick introduction, my name is Sorav. I started my career at the age of 17 in 2006 as a blogger. I run this site called soravjain.com, which brings in 500k relevant to 1 million traffic every year. So blogging is still not dead because I still get majority of my business through blogging. I've authored 5 books in digital marketing. I run a digital marketing agency with 150 plus team members. I work with more than 200 plus brands and 100 plus active clients right now. So let's get this going. Not theory, everything which I'm going to share with you today is implemented. And I've used Instagram to earn a lot of passive income, and I'm going to share a lot of those insights with all of you. A lot of my students have crossed 1 million, 500k, and so on and so on. So I'm like an influencer coach and a marketing coach. So are you guys ready to learn from me? Yes? Just say, bring it on, Sorav.
Bring it on.
I don't see great energy from the guys at the back. Say, bring it on, Sorav.
Bring it on.
Alright, let's get this going. So golden rule number 1. When you start your content journey, a lot of you here are at 6,500 followers. Some of you are planning to start your journey. Take up a 75 days content challenge. We have been seeing a lot of 75 days hard challenge, and this is how you basically break it up. The first 30 days of your content challenge, you need to break it up and understand what's going viral already. Instead of sitting down and figuring out what you should be doing, you should have certain benchmarks that you would like to become like on Instagram and try to see what's working really well for them. So the first 30 days, when you try to figure out your own self, number one on social media, you need to also understand, you need to create different patterns of content for your audience. For example, let's say you set up Monday to Sunday pattern. Your Monday can be helpful content. Majority of people like to save and share helpful content, right? We have Prathamesh with us here, who is into fitness, and if he shares 3 exercises that he does for 6 packs up, I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people because we've already gotten there. So it's a lot of people are going to save this, share this because it's coming from an authority there. So a lot of helpful content helps you create a positioning like an authority where you're not just looking for likes through entertainment, but you become a value proposition, a value source for your audience. Are you guys with me by far? Yes? Yes. Fantastic. Second, try to work around a lot of inspiring content, which means quotes, success stories, personal stories, and a lot of these are either of your students, of your clients, of your customers, or your personal journey. And even if they are quotes, they have to be relevant to your very own industry and niche. The next is social proof, which is Wednesdays. Now, what is social proof? For example, the moment you want to turn your audience into a buyer, they won't buy from you till they see that you actually can make it happen. For example, let's say you're a speaker. Your social proof is you're there standing, there are a lot of people there, you post a lot of such memes and photographs so that one of your audience can contact you and ask you, hey, can you speak at my event? So that's a social proof. If you have somebody you've been working with and you've gotten results, you show their results on social media. Every week, make sure that you show a result of your work so that a lot of people can actually contact you for getting the same kind of results for themselves. Are you guys with me by far? Yes? Just say with you. Fantastic. Next is Thursdays. You can do engaging or factual and news. Now, whoever you are in your industry, let's say somebody said food blogger, travel blogger, find out what's new. The more newness you share, the more virality you get. Because all of these new content has a lifespan. It could be 1 week or 2 weeks. So you need to be good enough and quick enough to bring what's new in your industry. Friday, real time. Whatever is topical. Right now, it's December season, so the topical content in this particular market is where are the parties for the next 10 days. And that's for people who are into food blogging or travel blogging for that matter. And Saturday, relatable. One of those pieces of content that just works the most on Instagram is relatable content. The more and more people relate to you, you share it with your family, your sister, your brother, or someone out there to figure out emotions and situations in your industry, in your niche. So let's say I'm a digital marketer and for me the emotion is clients don't pay on time. So exactly enact that and put a nice interesting Bollywood music on that's more likely to go viral because yes, a lot of digital marketers will emote the same kind of emotion that I have with me right now. Are you with me by far? Yes? Yes! So that's the content bucket for you to understand that a lot of us, when you try to do these for the first 30 days, the next 30 days of your content strategy should be to understand your insights as much as you can. So, you need to learn from these. Which are the formats that's gotten you maximum sales? Which are the formats that's getting you maximum number of engagement? Now, these are the formats. When I say format, I mean you may be doing a voice-over reel. You may be doing an action-based reel. You may be doing a dancing reel. You may be doing a speech reel. So figure out which is that your audience likes the most. So if it's an action-based reel and your audience likes to see you there, if it's an entertaining content, if your audience likes to see you there, then try to create more of that, but try 30 different topics for the next month. Now, for the consecutive 50 days, which is the next 15 days, try to replicate the same piece of content that's already gone viral. Which means, if you tested a topic, which means 3 amazing places to try fish, okay, and that's what you've written, or you've created your content on. Now repeat the same topic and make it 5, make it 7, make it 8. Because if that's work for your audience, that means they want more for it, more of it. Because a lot of people follow you for that one viral piece of content of yours, which means you have to keep giving them that again and again and again. So now keep repeating this 75 days pattern, and the last 15 days is replicating the topic that's already gone viral. Are you guys with me? Yes? So let's move on to the second tip out here, the second golden tip. But before that, tools that can help you generate a lot of viral topics. Number one, Quora. A lot of us go on Quora to search for questions. Now look at number of people following those questions. We go there for searching for answers, but look at number of people following a particular question. If a particular question has more than 1,000 people following or 2,000 people following, which means there are a lot of people wanting the answer for this question. And if you take the same question and create your content, it's more likely to go viral because it's validated that people need answer for this particular question. So the ladies and the tools, answerthepublic.com, viralfinder.com, YouTube search and Instagram search. Now, there's a 4-letter word that's just the most easiest thing that you can do when you begin your Instagram journey. And that can possibly help you go viral. Yes, what's that 4-letter word? Anyone?
Give us time. 1 second.
1 second, yes. Yeah, 4-letter word. Sorry? Huh?
Tags.
Did he say?
Tags.
Tags? Okay, he said tags. Alright. Anybody else?
Post.
Post. Okay, one more.
Reel.
Read. Alright, let's see. The answer is the 4-letter golden word, copy. Steal like an artist. Like somebody here said, don't copy, but I say copy. Now when I say copy, I don't exactly mean that you should just copy someone right there, but learn what's working for similar people like you
Like a cat.
across the world on TikTok. Okay? If there is a reel which has got 30 million followers on TikTok, and if you're trying to replicate the same style for yourself in India, you're more likely to go viral too.
I'm in. I'm with you.
I will take up questions at the end, all the questions at the end. On YouTube and on Instagram, shadow who do you want to become like and please give them credits. Because Instagram is one platform where there's no copyright issues as such. Right? So please give them credits and try to do the same content. You would have seen one style of reel, so many people make it and it's going viral for everyone out there because that's what is the emotion of India. You have to understand, reel is like a reality show. Like Indian Idol, Big Boss, it's the same template for 16 years, 17 years, there's no changes, same emotion, mother is entering, there's a surprise, the guy is standing, singing, crying, we know mother is going to enter, this guy also knows mother is going to enter, but he still cries, yes or no, it's the same template that's working for us. So you have to understand, if a template is going viral in the industry, you've got to repeat that. Are you with me, all of you? Yes?
Yeah.
Right. So let's move on to the next topic. Golden rule number 2. Follow the batch of 10. When you start your journey to create content or whenever you create your content, this is what you should be doing in order to build a community which is very strong. Now, what does it mean? The first 5 pieces of your content should be evergreen content. Content that can stay on the internet forever. Something that people will like, something that can go viral after a year. People will still find it relatable. For example, if you are a travel blogger and you're creating content which just says 5 ways to party in Goa under 999, it's a content that's going to stay on the internet forever. Anybody who's trying to come to Goa can possibly discover this content and may leave a like or comment on this or may ask you a question because this is an evergreen content. So you got to create content, like for example, places to visit in North Goa, pubs to visit in North Goa, right? So these are evergreen pieces of content that can stay on the internet for long. The next 3 pieces of content should be controversial or topical content. Now what does it mean by controversial? For example, there was a movie released now called Animal, right? A lot of people are talking about ifs and buts. And if you think you are a person who's into, let's say, travel blogging again, or a food blogging person, and you figure out something in the movie and you try to connect and say how animals eat and that results in such kind of a mindset, which is the alpha male mindset, etc., 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 people can possibly have a conversation around it, and that also shows the amount of research that you've done on that particular topical content. Now, the topical content can be as simple as December. Right now it's December, so you can talk about 31st December party places in Goa. The content will be short-lived, but will get the maximum shares because it's the season and everybody wants to know the answer for this one. The last 2 pieces of content defines who you are. Now that's experiential content. Now this is where you basically go share your results, your experimentations, your persona, your opinion. For example, my hidden secrets of partying in Goa. Where do I like to go? Now that's where people start to like you because that's your personal opinion, your personal experiences out there. So whenever you try to share something that you've experimented, For example, let's say somebody's into fitness and they say, this is the usual style of dumbbells, but I try to do it this way and this gives me maximum results. People start to liking you and will remember you for that because that's something that they've never seen before and that's coming out of your experience out there. Are you guys with me? Yes?
Yes.
You guys want more?
Yes.
They say bring it on.
Bring it on.
I can't hear you guys say bring it on.
Bring it on.
Thank you. Now let's look at this. Learn to hack Instagram algorithm. Now there are certain techniques which I'm going to share with you. There are 3 factors that defines Instagram algorithm. Factor number 1. The factor is you need to stop the scroll. The more you make people stop the scroll, the more Instagram algorithm loves it. Number 2, increasing the watch time of your content. And number 3, engagement and the comment section of your post. Now let's look at the first factor. What's an algorithm on Instagram all about? On Instagram, the algorithm tries to say, when you post a video, there's a performance evaluation. There's like some reality show judges there. Now, first of all, what time do you post? That matters a lot. For example, in India, the audience is pretty much active at 7 p.m. So 40 minutes before that, which is 5 to 6 p.m. is an ideal time for an Indian audience. You upload it then, and people who are actually active, and the first set of people, the way they react, the way they watch, how much they watch, how much replays happen, defines either is it a bad performance or is it a good performance. And if Instagram feels it's a good performance, it starts to make it reach to more people. So your first initial set of people matters. Remember, the attention span of people is dying right now. Alright? So, average attention span of human in 2000 is about 12 seconds. And a goldfish is better than us, which has 9 seconds, and human being about 8 seconds. Which means you need to really work around with their attention span. And for that, you got to do certain things the way they would like. First, stop the scroll. Now what do you do to make them stop the scroll? So here is what you can do. Make it dynamic and fast-paced. Because when you start slowly, people may not like it. Unless until you are heartbroken and you see a very heartbroken content coming on your feed, then it is understandable that you're okay looking at that shiny or that emotional post. But most times you're looking for something fast. So instead of saying 3 ways to grow your followers, make it fast-paced. So try to make your first 3 seconds visually pleasing because that's how much attention span people have on Instagram. Learn to do transitions in the first 3 seconds. And it's also about what and where you write on your videos, which means making very visible, contrasting colors in the center or on the top, but something that people can read right there. Now there are 4 types of hooks you can begin your video with, right? Negative hook, decidable hook, mystical hook, question hook. I've done enough study on influencer. These are the 4 style of hooks that works the most. For example, if I say negative hooks, I can actually say 5 places you should never visit in Goa. Okay? And that's what people stop by. Why you should not go to North Goa? That will make people stop by. Because that's what people want to hear. So you start your videos with negative hook. Decidable hook. Why North Goa is better than South Goa. Right? Mystical hook. 3 reasons why you should attend North Goa. Visit North Goa. And question hook. Are you planning to visit North Goa? Right? So these are 4 styles of hook that you should try in your videos. Not just verbally, but even text-wise, because it just attracts people's attention. Are you guys with me, all of you there? Yes? Cool. Now, second factor, watch time. What is watch time? Let's say you post a 1-minute video. Now, if somebody is just watching 3 seconds of it, Instagram thinks that they're not interested. So audience is not interested. So if you're a new creator, you should try to create content that's not very long. So your first tip for increasing watch time, you have to understand this, the higher the watch time, video keeps losing on the platform, okay? And more views you get, the more it pushes to people. So, create shorter reels. Now what does it mean? For example, it can just be content like read caption reels. This increases watch time. For example, you say 21 places to party in Goa, you're just partying and you just put the text and you say read caption, it's a 5 seconds reel. But now, you put 21 places, so somebody will stop by and read the 21 places. While somebody is reading those 21 places, you will see the videos are on loop. People are watching the 5 seconds video at least 10 times by the time they read the content. So Instagram thinks, oh, wow, looks like this person's content is really good. That's why somebody is watching this content for 5 times. actually you have not watched the content for 5 times. You're just reading the text which was written in the caption. So you can experiment with read caption reads. This increases watch time. You can place text on the video. Okay. Just for example, I'm going to play this. It's a 6-second read. 10 hooks to increase your engagement. Read the description. So the person will actually sit down and upload this on the trendiest music so that people get to see this quite often. So try to play around with shorter reads because people have this habit of coming back and checking to see what was just posted, what did you just saw, right? So that's number one. Number two, create multiple hooks. A lot of us think everything has to be on the first 3 seconds, okay? But if you try to create multiple hooks, which means today, editing plays a major role in your video, which means if you have punchlines in between, if you have transitions in between, you have captions, you have music in the background, you have a lot of small elements of text entering and leaving, all of this will make people stop by. It's like an animated video, it's like VFX, but that's what makes people stop by to see the video till the end. So simplicity of the video is like a 2021 thing, but as you proceed now, people are looking forward to see a lot more advancements in the content out there. So not just the first 3 seconds, but doing something every few seconds. Like you can see here, there's a lot of elements out here. So the more elements you put in your content, the higher the chances people will feel, oh, there's a lot of effort. I could see, number one. Number two, they would see there's a lot of small inputs that will actually make them stop by to see the reel in the end out there. So that's the second important thing. Next, activate storytelling. People like to listen stories out there, okay? For example, if you try to bring in emotions and say, this is what Ranbir Kapoor, I'm giving an example. It can be a story inspired by celebrity for that matter, okay? Or you can just say, there's a video which is going viral on Instagram. Alia Bhatt's favorite so-and-so cake was made, and that's made by a chef, and that's going viral. I'm not even sure if Alia Bhatt actually likes the cake, but that's the statement that's being used. So when you try to bring in a story and you say, my grandma used to bake this amazing cake, and people are going to stop by to see what cake did your grandma actually bake. We don't even know who that grandma is, but we stop by because there's an emotion that's connected with that particular video out there. Are you guys with me? Yes? Yes. Just say with you. With you. Fantastic. Okay. Now let's look this. Look at this. I'm just going to play this. There's no audio to it. But this is a story. This is one of these students out there. And this reel of hers has gone viral where she's taken an old Almira and she's made it new. Through the process with 6 million views for this particular reel. Where she tries the video starting with the statement. She says, this is my mother-in-law's Almira gifted to her in her wedding. And that's what makes people stop by because every Indian family has a Almira like that. Either they have discarded it or they have it. So they are like stopping by to see what's happening with this one. Right? So there's a story that is being involved in this particular process. So, are you guys in for more? Yes? Just say bring it on. Bring it on. There's a lot of energy in this room on the front. I want some energy from the guys in the back. You guys want more? Just say bring it on. Bring it on. Fantastic. Let's go ahead. Use Instagram features and reels. Instagram somewhere loves features. When you record the video directly from Instagram, number one. You use features like text to speech. You use the audio button there on Instagram. Or you use a filter on Instagram. Instagram feels that there's a lot of, it's just a hack of algorithm. So try at least one video a week where you actually use an Instagram feature. It will just work for you. Yes? Now, let's go ahead and add subtitles to increase watch time. One of the most important factors for you to learn, a lot of you here are still watching reels while I'm talking. I'm sure some of you may be, right? And your phones are on mute. Now, to make your reel interesting, if there's no subtitles, you're just going to skip. Yes? To ensure that there is something interesting for you, if I add subtitles like this, so even if your phone is on mute, you can still watch through and understand what I'm trying to talk. Now, one of the most important factors here. When you add subtitles, try to work around with the mindset of people use one word. Like, instead of having 3 words in a sentence, use one word so that people stop by to see what exactly you're trying to say. Guys with me? Yes? So that's some tip for you there. Now let's understand the third factor is engagement time. The quicker you get comments on your reel, and you should instantly reply to them. So Instagram thinks that you're actually a very active person, and that just makes it very pushy. So try to engage with people and ask a question when they're commenting so that there's a lot more reach out there. The next golden rule, optimize your profile for discovery. This is the first step for people to discover you. You may be an influencer, you may be a mehndi artist, you may be a makeup artist, you may be a dancer or a choreographer, you may be an artist of a certain kind. Try to ensure that you add those keywords in your name here. Right? So you can see Amrapali Fitness Influencer, Bhavika, Chennai Dubai Bridal Makeup Artist and Influencer, Tamil Influencer. So when the brands are trying to search for you, they will discover you on the top, and even if your clients, your customers are going to search for you, they will discover you on the top. The next golden rule, money is in LinkedIn bio. Majority of influencers don't take LinkedIn bio seriously because they're so dependent on brand endorsements. And that's just one way of earning on Instagram. In that way, you have to wait for the opportunity to come to you. Your customers are willing to invest in you, and one of the best ways to make them invest in you is having a LinkedIn bio out there. The first step with LinkedIn bio, create an optimized website. There's a tool called Taplink. It's very easy. You can download or you can use them on the website. You can create a micro website and try to sell something to your audience, because your audience is willing to buy. And if there's a LinkedIn bio, somebody who's stalking you, right? They'll stalk you entirely. They're just not going to stalk your views and your followers and your looks, but they're also going to check what's in the link in the bio. And if somebody is really wanting to buy from you, they will buy from you. So ensure that there's a lot of LinkedIn bio. And the 4 links which I always recommend to people. Number 1, link to one-on-one consulting. People are willing to spend money to talk to you. So have a link where they can pay and book a slot with you. Automate this entire process from Instagram. Link to your WhatsApp so that people can join your groups on WhatsApp. Convert your audience into subscribers. You can offer a free ebook and say, please connect with me on Instagram or my Telegram community or my broadcast channel, and I will give you a free ebook or something for free or some discounts or your top selling products or courses or affiliate links. Instagram allows you to add 5 LinkedIn bios. Okay? And majority of us don't even have one, or we may have one which is not so relevant. Have 5 links in bio where you're selling something. It can be consulting, it can be coaching, it can be your services. So that when people want something, they have a place to connect. And if you're too lazy to have 5 links, at least get one small micro website ready where you try to sell everything under that. So it's easy for somebody to connect with you on that website and have a transaction with you. Are you guys with me? Yes? It's 5 link in the bio. Yeah.
WhatsApp is for males influencers.
Sorry?
WhatsApp, we cannot put our
No, you don't have to put your WhatsApp to connect with you in person. You can put your WhatsApp group links or your broadcast channel on WhatsApp where they can come and join, where they can learn from you or they can communicate from you. Coming back, I'll take up all the questions at the end. Please note it down. Golden rule number 6. Activate automations. Now, most of you take this for granted. Instagram is like a business machine today, and automation is where the money is. Let's say, for example, we have, let's say again, Prathamesh is here, and he's a fitness guy, and he's working out, and there's a protein that he takes. A lot of people, one of the most common questions, in fact, I've gone to him and asked him this question, please tell me which proteins do you use, and once he sent me a list of them, right? So, if he actually goes ahead and talks about a protein and says people, if you want this, just comment protein, automatically a link will go to all those people who comments the word protein out there. I'll show you an example out here. Majority of people fail in making money because they're too lazy to reply to queries or too late. They're like, oh, there's so many DMs, and you're like, okay, I don't want to reply. There's so many comments, you don't want to reply. So, if you actually automate, you can convert your audience into your buyers. For example, this is one of my reels where I show my student went from 0 to 304k followers, and I ask people if you want to learn how did they do so, comment reels. So you can see about 2,286 comments in one of the reels and 431 comments in another one. Now this instantly sends them a link of my course, and I immediately see a purchase happening. So So this one reel gave me a revenue of 6.5 lakh. So you see, every reel, if you ask people to comment certain things, and if you send them the link to purchase or register for your workshop, or sell your affiliate product, or products that you recommend, you actually see your audience, random viewer, converting into a buyer because of automation out there. So your call to action at the end of the video, when you're, let's say somebody is into electric bikes. He said, the motorbike guy, he said he was riding from Chandigarh to the border of China. And if he would work, and he said he's just recently started to monetize. Now for example, if he would have said, okay guys, let's say exclusive deal on this bike which I am riding, you get 10% off, comment bike, and he sends the link to those people, immediately all those people who are actually watching his content and wants the same bike will start to buy through him. They get 10% discount, plus he gets some commission because he's actually made those people click on the link and purchase out there. Are you guys with me? Yes? So that's just an example for you to convert. Now this is another example. This is a reel where we are trying to say we are giving a digital marketing course for free, and that made at least 3,000 people. You can see almost 3,000 people comment, 1,400 people comment on this. They just have to type one word and we immediately send the link to them. Now, the fact is, when people see there were 1,000 plus people commenting, the basic herd mentality is let me comment too. Looks like this is authentic. So this is the power of automation out there. Now, automation. So for example, if you go on my Instagram and comment on any of my videos, if you use the word reels, you'll automatically get the link of my course because I've activated that word for my profile. At the same time, you can convert your audiences into influencers. Let's say it's Tito's club here, okay? And Tito's activates this feature on Instagram and the DJ is announcing, hey guys, you want a free drink or you want 10% discount on the bill or 5% discount on your next drink? You just have to tag Tito's right now on your Instagram and immediately send you the discount coupon. Now that manually is not possible. So you can actually automate that. You can activate a response on story tag. It can be giveaway, it can be discount. Now let me give you an example here. If you tag me on Instagram right now, okay, all of you here, my Instagram is @Sorav Jain. You can test it, you can even delete it later if you want to. So let's say you go ahead, take a photo of mine, tag me on story and put @Sorav Jain. You can even tag people, but the automation is not activated there. Automation is activated in my profile. I'm giving a lifetime deal for this tool of automation. Okay, on a 40% discount. So now what happens? Let's say I'm in a group of 1,000 people. I make the same announcement. People tag me. They instantly get the automation link. The tools link, which is of 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. Even after 1,000 people, 20 people purchase. I make an extra buck, almost 40,000 rupees, and I walk out of that particular room out there. So activate that particular feature. And every time you're going to an event or wherever, tell people, hey, we have some special so and so. So if you're a restaurant owner, if you're an influencer, and you're an active speaker, you can always activate this and make people tag you. So you can convert your audience wherever they are into a potential influencer for you, just making you tag them. Are you with me, all of you? Yes? Yeah. So you can tag and experiment, and you will see instantly there'll be a reply from me with a link with a discount. And I also say that as a free link from Tito's for all of you. With the terms and conditions, I had to get that permission before I could promise that. But that's something, just for example, how it actually works out. Yeah? So let's move on. The most important fact here, majority of influencers are stuck. They are always about brand endorsements. I understand that. That may happen, that may not happen. Sometimes you are anxious because you don't have that opportunity that much. How many of you here are on that board? Raise your hand nice and high. You're working really hard, but you're not getting brand endorsements, right? A lot of you could possibly be there because you're not getting that opportunity, or may not take a lot of money because your effort is so high and the revenues are less. So how do you do that? Now, monetize creating a coaching product. A lot of your people are willing to learn from you. You may be expert at modeling, you may be expert at food blogging. Let's say somebody's a food blogger and they start to teach, do you want to become a food blogger too? I am hosting a workshop, join my workshop, and there will be people willing to learn. So you have to understand, I make a fortune from Instagram by selling my courses. My major skills happens to coaching. So I offer one-on-one coaching. I used to offer that earlier. And I used to only say 3 people. And we used to charge 75,000 rupees per person for a 1-month coaching with 8 calls. And I used to get 3 people buying that particular program just through Instagram stories. Now, that was one-on-one coaching planned by me, curated by me, crafted by me, and people willing to buy them. So one-on-one coaching, group coaching, you can invite them to a workshop online on Zoom. You can do live coaching and workshops the way I am doing right now. So I started an institute in 2019. My first batch had 60 people. Out of that, 40 people are following me on Instagram. And I charged 50,000 per person for a 3 months course. And I got a revenue of 45 lakhs to the first batch in my institute out there. So I'm just saying, that was a setup that was done to convert my audience into potential buyers. So you can also do pre-recorded courses because sometimes you're not available, you don't have time, so record certain videos and keep it and tell your people to keep buying. Now, I don't keep pushing people to buy. I just share, somebody will send me a WhatsApp message saying your course is amazing, I'm loving it. Like somebody just stood up and said, I learned whatever I learned from your course. Now, there's so much such messages which I get. I just post it on my stories and I put a link and I see immediately a lot of people wanting to buy that. So even if 10 people buy, if it's a course worth 699, which is 7,000 revenue through one story for doing nothing, it just makes a lot of difference. So the reason why I'm telling you this is, influencers can create multiple coaching opportunities for themselves and try to keep selling them via Instagram because there's always someone who wants to become like you and wants to learn from you. So give them an opportunity to learn from you and make that as a learning opportunity for yourself. So are you guys with me by far? Yes? Cool. You guys want more? Just say bring it on. Super. So how do you make people buy? More value, show your teaching, show photographs of your teaching, people attending your classes, announce about your workshops, say that there's so many people already attending, and then you see people immediately going taking a decision to be part of your workshops too. Golden rule number 9. If you think coaching is too much, offer one-on-one consulting. Now that's a system that you can build. Find out 3 top problems of your customers that you can solve. Majority of people who take my one-on-one consulting only go for 3 things. Number 1, they ask me this question, how do I increase my reel views? Number 2, they ask me, can you help me plan content calendar? Number 3, can you tell me what is my way to monetize my Instagram? Now these are 3 questions, whether it's a business owner or an influencer or a person that or an entrepreneur. I've always noticed this is the pattern of the question. So I've set templates. So when I talk to them in 16 minutes, I help them get clarity for these questions. So what do I do? On my Instagram, I only do 4 consulting a month. I used to charge 15K for that earlier, but I charge 25 now. I'm not selling that to you, but I'm just inspiring you to tell you how it works. So I show, when I do one-on-one consulting on a Zoom, I take a screenshot of that call and I share it on my Instagram story. And I just say, this is the one-on-one consulting I'm doing. And I ask for a feedback from that particular customer. There's always been a positive one, which I take it and then I post. And I say, if you want my one-on-one consulting, here is the link. And I immediately see somebody out of 30,000 people watching or 20,000 people watching my story, that be one person willing to invest in it. Right? So now that's 25K for 1 hour session, which is 4 such calls in a month. It's about a lakh rupee revenue out there. So whenever I travel, let's say I'm traveling to Malaysia, next in Dubai, I always say this and I create scarcity for them. I always say I'm available to meet up only for 1 hour or 2 hours. This is the only slot I have. Here is the link. You can make a purchase. So I have a payment gateway ready. There are tools like Razorpay. There's tools like InstaMojo where you can actually create the payment link and actually put it there. You never know who will actually buy that. I always see markets like Mumbai. I may have less heart, there'll be a lot more people willing to buy. So there are markets. I was in Amsterdam, I posted a story last month and I had somebody who actually purchased it. So I didn't know I had a follower there. So you have to understand this. Consulting is something that you have to initiate and tell your audiences that you are here to consult them to solve a certain problem and your audience will be willing to actually get that going with you. Are you with me? Yes? So that's one more earning opportunity for you. The next is become an affiliate reseller. Now what does it mean? Today, all of us can become an affiliate. Like you can become an affiliate of Club Tito and you can tell them that, if I post about you on my story and I share a link of yours, and if somebody is buying through you, can I get some commission? Or can I get some percentage over that? And I'm sure you wouldn't say no to it because it's an amazing business deal for them. So here is what you need to understand. I'm sure when you go to Goa, the common question people ask you on WhatsApp or on Facebook or on Instagram is, please tell me places to visit in Goa. In that, you can possibly keep those 5 places where you can tie up a deal with them for an affiliate, right? Let's say Club Tito for that matter, and you put it on the top link there, and you put and they give you a link. So if in case somebody is booking Club Titos to the link that you've given, it's just a passive income. You never know who goes and purchases to that. So always ensure that you become affiliate of everything possible. Today, you have to understand that you can make a list of all the products that you truly believe in. So create content that reviews the product, talk about the benefit of the product, create a dedicated website itself or a landing page on the link in the bio. You can become an affiliate for extrapay.com, Amazon Associates, Flipkart Affiliate, Myntra and NGO. So I was learning from one of my influencer friends, and she has about 500k Instagram followers. So she randomly became a Myntra's affiliate, and she put a poster of a kurti that she was wearing, and she said, hey, a lot of you have been asking me where is the kurti from, and she posted the link, which was 15% commission. It was a 2,000 rupees kurti, and she made 40,000 rupees through that one story, because a lot of people clicked on it and went ahead and purchased. Now you see, this is no branding, right? It's just an affiliate commission out there. So try to go and register on each of these websites. And now, even if you don't have a product to recommend, you can curate those products to recommend. For example, let's say Prathamesh, the question I asked him, can you please tell me what all supplements you take? He just suggested, okay, how many put them without links. Now the change here is, he can say, hey, these are the products I use and here is the link for you to go ahead and buy. You can use my coupon code Prathamesh and get 10% discount from them. It's a deal that he signs with them. So every time somebody asks him this question, he sends the same answer, and if somebody purchases, it's an added revenue which comes into your bank account directly from these affiliate partners out there. So each and every influencer out there, you may see people keep recommending products on Instagram and they tell you go on the link in the bio and purchase it. Because when you go on the link in the bio and purchase it, you get 10 or 15% commission for that particular product. So you can actually do that for your own Instagram too, right? The next important factor, golden rule number 11, brand endorsements. Now, let's understand this. A lot of us here, as influencer, is largely dependent on brand endorsements. It's like a lucky draw, right? Not everybody gets lucky and get the bestest of best brands. Most of us are still struggling to figure out how to get the best brands out there. So here is what I suggest. A lot of influencers are totally dependent on this, which is brand endorsements. So create content that helps brand create a perception about the brand, which means, so for example, when you are creating a brand content, create a perception about the brand that helps people buy the brand. Which means, when you are talking about the brand, you should become a co-founder and you should figure out how can this brand get maximum sales because of the content that you are posting. You know, a lot of people think, if I get a brand endorsement, I should just go ahead and talk about it and that's it, my job's done. If that's what your identity or that's what your attitude as an influencer is, you may not last long in the market. Because eventually people who are there will be people who will be taking a lot of interest and understand the brand in detail, want to introduce the brand to the market out there. So try to become a marketer that the brand wants you to become, or the sales guy that the brand wants you to become. So try to help the brand in sales. You know, there are certain influencers who guarantees, oh, when I make a reel, you may get this much sale. I said, how do you know? Because they keep tagging and figuring out and tracking and understand what's working and what's not working for their audiences out there and what's selling the most. So approach. If you want to work with a brand, don't wait for a brand to come to you. That's rare. It may happen, it may not happen. My recommendation is, you should approach all the influencer marketing agencies in India. There are about hundreds of them. Go ahead, approach, find out who's the influencer head or influencer executive or influencer manager on LinkedIn. You will get a lot of profiles, connect with them, message them, tell them, send your portfolio. And that's when you start to see, out of 100 people you approached in 2024, or the first 2 months of 2024, or from now on, you'll eventually see the entire year, you will get a lot of business, because almost 100 influencer managers in India actually knows you right there. So So that's one of the most important factors. These are some of the brands I work with. Bluehost, Amazon, SEMrush, ShareChat, and all of these brands I've personally approached and I say, hey, you know, if my followers are of these kinds and this is what I can talk about and this is how it's going to benefit your brand and I can actually make money out of the process. So I go ahead and I connect with the brands where I see I can actually add value to them. So please go ahead and approach brands. One of the mistakes that you all do, you go ahead and DM them on Instagram. Now that's a mistake. Because when you DM them, they get hundreds of DM. And number two, some social media executive is handling that. They will least be bothered about this. So you need to find the right place to connect with the right person. Either you write to the CEO, or you write to the influencer manager, or the marketing head of the company. There's no way that they will deny it because that's a great deal for them. And they would be the person, if they take a decision for you, there's no way that the person who's under them will deny you because it's been coming from the top to bottom approach. So are you with me, all of you? Yes? Are you all awake? Yes. Make some noise if you guys are awake. Thank you. Now let's understand this. There's 6 types of influencer. Nano influencers 1K to 10K. And then micro-influencer 10K to 100K, macro 100K to 1 million. So as your followers keeps growing, you start making more money. Your money is largely dependent upon the number of views you get. If you have Hindi content versus English content, right? So you have to understand if you have English content serving urban market, you make more money. If you have Hindi content serving mass market, you may make less money. But as the followers grows and the viewership is increasing, your money starts to increase. Then there's mega influencers and digital celebrities. That's the identity you get as you cross 5 million. And then there are fake influencers, right? These are people with fake followers, fake engagement. And if you think the brands can't smell it, they can actually smell it. So don't be there. Golden rule number 12. Speaking and networking opportunities. As an influencer, if you want to invite a lot of this, which is not bad. Like I'm here talking, I'm invited by the Tito's team and by the team of Human Creation, right? So I'm paid here, I'm standing as a paid speaker, as a keynote speaker. So here is what you need to understand. To get a lot of speaking and networking opportunities, you should show on your Instagram that you are getting such opportunities and you have been talking. And every month, every time you get a speaking opportunity, there should be a post or reel about it. And in the description, you should always write this. If you're looking forward to hire a speaker too, please send me a DM or please contact me on this number. You'll eventually see somebody taking a screenshot of this, posting it in some college group or somewhere, and you'll see an opportunity coming to you. Golden rule number 13, launching digital or physical products. The more products you create for your customers, you have to understand what your customers want. So let's understand this, what all people buy. Now, launching digital or physical products. Growing your followers on Instagram makes your audience buy from you. Okay? And that's something that you have to understand. Audience is willing to buy, but you are not selling. So that's a challenge. So create multiple products that your audience is willing to buy. Now I'll tell you what all they're willing to buy. They're willing to buy templates from you. They're willing to buy ebooks, multiple pre-recorded courses, Excel sheets, worksheets, merchandise, etc., etc. Now let's say, for example, you are a person in fitness and you have a fitness routine and your diet. People will keep asking you, can you please tell me what's your diet? Can you please tell me what's your fitness routine? You can say, yes, I have an Excel sheet. I have a small 1 video course available at $199. Here is the link. So a person who's really serious to get the hang of it will pay $199 and get it. Out of 10, there will be 3 people willing to buy, and those are those 3 people that you would like to serve than those 10 people who just ask you this question. Don't give information for free because people don't value it. So start creating, curating, and charge less, maybe 99, 199, 499. But you see, India is a mass market. Let's say, for example, my Reels Mastery course is purchased by 75,000 people at the price of $699. That alone gave me this much revenue in the last 2 years. Right? So I'm just trying to tell you here that there is a mass market. So understand what can you create for a mass market and keep telling that on your Instagram. Golden rule number 14. These are last 2 rules and these are very important ones. Activate conversational stories for selling. A lot of you think that if you just post a link on Instagram, on your stories, people will go ahead and buy. That's not going to happen. Okay? So converse with your people like how you would do to a salesperson on Instagram. Or in reality, like for example, if this beautiful lady wants to buy something, I will say, hey ma'am, would you like to buy something? Or what's your interest? What do you like to wear? And there's a lot of conversation that I'm doing with her before I'm trying to sell product to her. And that's exactly what you should be doing as a brand manager or as an influencer. So do conversational stories. For example, I have a event tomorrow, it's called Digital Marketing Day, and I want to sell tickets for the same. So I'm trying to say, hey, how's your day? I'm asking them. So what happens is, when you create engagement stakeholders, make people stop by and have a conversation with you. So quick question, has digital marketing helped or hurt your business? And then there's another question. Then I talk about what's happening tomorrow, who are the speakers, and then I create scarcity. And I say this is only for 1,000 people who will register, and then I give the link. So you see, I created stories to sell my event, but I did not sell the event directly. I had a conversation with my customer. I got that consent that they are willing to invest in this event. And then I create scarcity. I say I only have 10 people or 20 people or 20 people's group. And then I release the link. So what happens in this case? The purchase happens instantly because they think that they should not lose this particular event. Makes sense, all of you? Yes? Are you with me? Yes? Fantastic. The last golden tip for you. Save replies for FAQ with a link to purchase. You know, I see influencers fail to reply most times. They take people for granted because like everybody's DMing. Now you have to understand, if you are an influencer of a certain kind, like for example, she's a Bollywood DJ, Bhumika is a Bollywood DJ, everybody
I'm a DJ, I just clarified that.
Sorry.
I'm a stage.
She's a host and influencer.
She's a host, right. Now she's a host with an expertise in Bollywood. Well, let's understand this and solve it. Okay? A lot of people may ask her this question, how much do you charge, or would you like to host my event? And she has to reply to each one of them. And sometimes she's like, okay, just let's shut it. So if you have the save reply section sorted on your Instagram, you just go ahead, take save reply, have all the questions that your customer asks, have the answers ready for them, with a link to purchase, with a payment gateway, with a price definition. So what happens, anybody asks you anything, you reply instantly with a detailed answer and with a link to purchase, right? That makes people just quickly go ahead and purchase. Last 2 points. Don't treat Instagram as your TV channel. Okay, it's not for your entertainment. Don't consider it as your home. Sharing irrelevant personal stuff, a lot of these. Treat Instagram as a business. When you treat it as a business is when you start to make money out of it. Last but not the least, social media has given opportunity to you to build your own personal brand. The amount of effort you put in yourself, your content and your Instagram creates your market value. So focus on creating your market value. Don't just keep chasing brands. There's a lot more opportunities out there. Thank you so much. It was wonderful meeting you.
So let's keep it up once again. Can we make some noise for Mrs. Sorav Jain, please? Now I hope all of the influencers were jotting down some notes because we're going to have a doubt clearing session right away now. So this is your time. Each one of you, here you go, shoot.
So, hi Sorav.
Hi, what's your name?
Vishwadeep.
Vishwadeep. All of you say hi, Vishwadeep.
Yeah, I wanted to ask how we can get connected to this marketing agency because it is not on Google or anything.
Okay, I have been curating this list on my blog. If you search for influencer marketing agencies, you just saw my blog, right? Right. So now those are the top ones. This is handpicked, and I know they are good ones. So I'll be very honest. What I'm working on, I'm working on a list, an Excel sheet of all the agencies with a contact person, their phone number, their WhatsApp. So that you would just have to contact them. And I'm not giving it for free. I'm giving it for $199 on my Instagram. So the moment that's out there, because a lot of people keep asking me how do I contact. So this is the question which I'm solving with under $199. Yeah.
So is there any I'm into motovlogging, so fashion and all is not for me. So is there anything related to automobile?
Okay, I'll give you an example. So there's no specific. You have to understand your niche is very unique. So you'll never get this specific. Now in automobile, which are 50 brands that you would like to work with? Find out who are the marketing heads. I'll give you an example. I have a flat under construction and I wanted to get a bathroom done by one of the brands out there. So I immediately wrote an email to the marketing head directly. I found out on LinkedIn who's the marketing head. I directly had a conversation with her. We went up to a point where she has negotiated a certain percentage of discount, right? So I'm just saying, I may not get the entire thing for free, but I'm getting a certain percentage of discount on that. And that's not a bad deal at all. So you see, she was not looking for an influencer. I went and pitched to her. So you have to go ahead and find, this is an extra effort that you got to do. So I'm just saying one thing. One approach a day is what you got to do. The amount of time you spend on Instagram is no less than 3 hours. So if you take 30 minutes to find out that one person have a conversation, in a year it's about 365 people. I'm sure at least one person, 3 people also gets close to make money out of it for the effort that you put in. Make sense?
Also, can we have the microphone to that table, please?
Hi sir, my name is Mangesh.
I want to say hi, Mangesh. Guys, say hi, Mangesh.
Good job.
Super. Go ahead, yes.
Okay, so basically like I'm started up my new agency, the digital marketing agency. So a problem that I usually face with my clients basically. So there is an organic growth and an inorganic growth. The one that you are speaking more about is an organic growth. But generally clients ask for a quick result. So organic is something you might be knowing take time. So when you eventually go with inorganic growth, it I feel somehow affect the organic growth in the sense. So how we can tackle
Okay, this is like a myth that inorganic makes organic impact. It's the game of content, okay? But you have to understand this. Some clients just want results. And most of us here are working for getting results. Now, you have a golden tip here. I'm working with a dentist, one of the topmost dentists in the city, and she doesn't have time to make videos. We don't have time to shoot her either because she's not easily available. She's traveling across the world. There's only 3 reels that's been done with her. Number 1, where she's taking people to her clinic and a very fancy clinic she has. Number 2, there's a reel where she talks about how she solved a certain problem with a patient. So she's an Invisalign specialist, so cruelty, better teeth. So she shows that entire process. And number 3, she educates people how you can get your smile better. Just these 3 reels are promoted in the city to all the elite women. We are not expecting anything here. We're not expecting a lot of views and stuff. Just to the exact target audience, because today Instagram through Meta Dashboard allows you to target the right person. And because of that, her business increased by 100x. And that's what she wants. So sometimes it's not about engagement, it's about business. So you have to create business proposition based reels. And this is for everyone out here. There's nothing wrong in promoting your reels. If you want to become a city popular person, let's say you are in Goa, somebody's a food blogger, and she wants to become popular, she has 6,500 followers. Make one kick-ass reel, get the best videographer, do the best voiceover, show some 100 places to eat in Goa, make that one video, and spend a lakh rupee promoting it to everybody in the Goa, especially target restaurant owners. There's an option on Meta called Facebook page admins of restaurant. Ensure that the moment they open the account, they see you. Why would they not invite you? They're like, hey, this lady is crazy, I keep seeing her on my feed. So you need to learn to hack and you have to get that right. Make sense? Here? So yes, your question about organic impacting, inorganic impacting organic, it's a myth, it's not true. You can continue to promote your reels, which makes a difference. The problem is, we promote mediocre content. If you're going to promote mediocre content, nobody's interested. Neither the person who's created that content. Make sense? Super.
So that is the second out too.
Yeah.
So as a starting in the marketing agency, like there are a lot of trainers that are saying work in one niche particularly, try to help out a particular niche and make a agency in that particular work niche. But when we are starting out in India, so there are 2 questions in my mind.
Okay, I have a question, but it's a very, not everybody is into starting an agency and niche-based question. It's a very digital marketing agency question. I'll come back to you later one-on-one because I think we should ask a question that helps everyone out there.
Sure.
I got your question and I'll address it later. Next question.
Anybody else? Yes.
You have a question? Okay, she has a question. Please answer the mic.
Combine it.
Hi, Tito. Okay, there's a question there. Let's come to you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Ashrufi.
Or if you say hi, Ashrufi. Guys, put some energy to come back to this.
What's up?
Yeah, okay, go for it.
I'm a food blogger in Goa.
Okay.
So there is a thing that we all food bloggers in Goa come across. Like there are so many new restaurants coming up every year, we can say. And I myself, I have millions of views on my reels. But still people will approach me. I'll talk on myself first. They'll approach me and they directly say that like when we talk about monetizing about the commercials, they directly say that we give you free food, give us free promotion. So this is the major issue which is being faced by almost every food blogger in Goa. Even though we have good reach, good followers, so some highlights on
Okay,
that. How do we tackle
very good
that?
point. So you have to understand, you need to really open up a little more and say lifestyle and not just food, which means you have one more earning opportunity. So you're just not talking about food, but you're also figuring out lifestyle in Goa. Because that's one of the immense opportunities out there. You have to understand there's red ocean and then blue ocean, right? In this, you are in the red ocean where there's so many fishes out there who's actually saying, I'm ready for food, I'm okay. You know, just give me free food and I'll do it for you. So there is a challenge because you are in the red ocean zone. So you have to figure out now what's the differentiation you bring, which means you need to work it out like this. I charge and I promote my reel at a certain X price, which means if you pay me 50k, I promote it for 10k and ensuring that it reaches to everyone who's reaching to Goa or being here. That's when brand starts to see that you're talking marketing for them. So that's one of the things that you need to do. You need to make a differentiation factor. Because the problem with the food blogger is where is the differentiation? It's everybody doing the same thing. So they feel that, oh, everybody's doing the same thing, so what's the differentiation? I don't have to pay her because there are people who are coming. They may have only 300k or 300 followers and they're doing it for free. But you may have 50k followers and you have to fee for it. You have to understand that sometimes you got to learn to say no to certain people who's not for you. Then the people willing to work with you. So define. The problem is we just define the cost and leave it. We say 20,000 and that's it. But say 40,000, this includes my makeup, this includes my travel, this includes my voiceover. It will take 2 hours of time. It will, I will not eat the food. I just want the photos of the food. And you also say that I will promote it for 10,000 rupees so that it gets the maximum reach. Now what happens is, this is where people start to see she's very professional about what she's doing. Most of them just quote the price. They leave it there. 20,000 rupees, ek reel ka. Now that's the problem. When you say 20,000, then I have negotiation. But if I say 20,000 and describe how I'm charging 20,000, people will think you're very serious about it. So craft it like that.